Come and dream with me.
Hello, welcome to What Do You Want to Watch? The Explosion Network's premier media podcast. Every week we get together, talk about movies, TV, and online content, help you answer the question, how much time do you actually save peeing in a bottle? I'm your host, Ashley Hobley. Joining me today, Dylan Blight.
Not enough to watch any sort of film, which is the only way I'd do it. A weird, awkward silence there. But anyway.
All right.
No.
No, did you get the reference?
No, I don't. Why? What happened?
Did you not see the story around The Rock this week or the past week?
Oh, I did. Sorry, that was last week. Yeah, I read the headline and went cool.
Yeah. So apparently, he pees in bottles to save time.
You know what? Actually, I'm a busy person. Maybe I'll take that up. Maybe that'll help me organize my days. I don't know. I always complain there's not enough time in the week, so
I feel like
following the Rock's footsteps.
I feel like the time that you'll lose is due to people being disgusted of you.
Maybe it's worth it, though, you know?
I don't think it's a fair trade-off.
Now, rate my purchases on my way home today. Right, number one, this limited edition Saw Blu-ray.
Sounds like a 0 to me.
On the back, it has number 674 of 1500. What do you rate this?
That's pretty good then. You know, if it's limited, actually limited edition.
It is actually limited. I do love an actual numbered. Well, I could. I'll open it as we start.
No. What I'm saying is, what would be worth more if you don't open it?
No, I'm going to open it. I'm not a sick fuck out here saving shit to collect it. I buy stuff because I love to support the film industry and I actually like films, and I buy Blu-rays. You know, someone like you, Ash, who obviously loves films, would buy Blu-rays and DVDs, right?
Yeah,
of course. I got Bad Behavior DVD. Picked that up today. Right, we read that. Have you got any interest in this? I'm watching it. It came out last year. Everyone said it was good.
Which one's that?
Jennifer Connelly, Ben Whishaw.
I just watched the trailer for that. I didn't realize it was out.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was on the Rotten Tomatoes, one of the Rotten Tomatoes trailer things.
Okay,
so maybe it's just come to the US.
Well, it's a New Zealand film, so maybe it's only just come to the US. Yeah. All right. How about rate this one? Suzume.
That's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Special edition. I haven't opened it yet. It says it comes with a 60-page art book and 4 art cards. And I believe, it's actually, Blu-ray and DVD. There you go. Cool. On Netflix as well. But, you know, picked it. And these next two, you're going to rate low, but just for sake of finishing this segment, I picked up the VHS 85 and VHS 94. Now, you may be like...
This sounds counterproductive, seeing as they're on DVD.
Yeah, but they only released them on DVD.
They could have made them more of an effort.
I mean, to be fair, they are movies that look like they're filmed on fucking... The whole point is that they look like they're filmed on VHS shitty cameras, right?
Yeah.
You know? Now, here's what I'll say to this, Ash. I go into JB Hi-Fi today to buy some Blu-rays.
Name drop.
Some stuff, right? Continually disturbed at the lower and the more and more toys take over that store, but as a side. Now, I just want to go over how I go about purchasing some of these things, because you could be like, why did you spend that much money, Dylan? Now, Suzume, I don't know if that is going to run out, right? This is a collector's edition. Maybe it runs out. I don't know. So I was like, fuck it, I'll pick that up now. Don't know. Bad Behavior is just because I want to watch that. Okay? Now I want to explain these other 3 purchases. That's a collector's edition, limited. I can't wait, right? These 2, they will be limited runs. They're VHS movies. I guarantee they did a very short run of these. They're not something they're going to put into mass production. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Fuck you. Did I share what I
now before?
Did I share my purchases from when I was in Melbourne 2 weeks ago?
No.
For DreamHack, right? Unrelated to this podcast, video game thing. But I didn't tell you what I brought while I was there.
No, did you go to Play DVD?
I went to Play DVD. I've ordered from there before online. Never been there. Have you ever been to Play DVD?
I have. I've been there a couple of times with
Buddy, I assume.
Known collector Buddy Watson.
Yeah. So he tells me when he finds out that I'm in Melbourne, message, are you going to Play DVD?
I think I was with him
the first time.
we were we were going to see The Fall Guy I'm like, oh, Dylan's going to Melbourne for DreamHack.
That's probably why, because he messaged me out of nowhere and said, since you're in Melbourne, I'm like, I assumed you told him or something. I just assumed that's how it happened. But he's like, are you going to play DVD? And I was like, yes, I will be going to play DVD. That's the only place I'm going to make an effort to go to today, because I looked on the map already and saw it wasn't far from where I'll stay. So I went there. But let me ask, what do you think of it as someone who doesn't buy Blu-rays and DVDs?
It is a nice shop. There is a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs. Obviously, they got some vinyl and other stuff. The prices are not what you expect from, like, obviously, it's a lot of secondhand stuff and that kind of stuff.
Too high.
But obviously, it's probably around maybe a little bit more expensive than what you can get online for some of these.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's a lot of imports. Is the thing. I'll put it this way. I spent like half an hour, 45 minutes in there. I could have easily spent thousands.
Yeah.
Like, if I picked up if I brought everything I put my hands on, I'd be broke. Okay. Now, you'll be like, well, what did you buy, Dylan? Okay, here we go. Let me boil it down to it. Let me explain how we ended up on these purchases. I purchased The Nightingale. $10.95.
Okay.
Not bad. Obviously,
couldn't buy a brand new full price Australian film.
Well, no, this is new.
Didn't buy it when it first came out.
No, I've never seen this in real life.
Okay.
I've never seen this.
Because it's based in Tasmania, and like all the Tasmanians don't want to stock it.
Could be true.
Because it makes them look bad.
So that was my first purchase. I started easy. I was like, I need that in my collection. I like that film.
All right.
I picked up Drive My Car.
Ooh, good.
I haven't watched it yet, but the kids say it's good. Now, this is a movie like import from UK.
Yep.
$44.95.
Yep.
So this is the rest of the films on this collection pickups are a bit more expensive, but we don't have this. Like, this wasn't released in Australia on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it got a DVD release from memory.
Yeah, but I don't want that. Like, this is something I want. Like, come on, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just saying in case people want to go out and buy a cheaper version.
Then this is where I really splashed out for my own. This is where you're like, that's a lot of money for nothing. But for me, this is completing of something necessary. Hold on, I'll do the order. I'll do the because that one's only $1 more than this. But firstly, $59 for The Proposition. Now, this is a BFI special edition. It was down from $78.95 to $59.
The British Film Institute.
Correct.
Okay.
Australian film,
British Film Institute release.
Yes. Really cool. Have you ever seen this film?
No, I haven't.
It's good.
But I've heard you talk about it enough.
Yes. Okay. Oh, well, fuck you. Right. I'm just telling you to watch good films. Anyway, The Proposition has a shit ton of special features on here. Has a cool little like bunch of art cards and shit. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, So I brought 2 Australian films and 2 non-Australian films. Now, the last purchase was $59.95, putting it just above the last one. It's not a special edition. It's nothing fancy. It is just a straight up 4K release. But when I show you, you'll see why I had to complete that collection.
Yeah.
So 3 from Hell, $59.95 for a non-special edition release. This was not really. I've never seen this in real life. DVD, Blu-ray, nothing. It didn't get a fucking release in Australia. Full stop.
But you've watched it, right?
Yeah, I digital.
Okay. Yeah.
I rented it digitally when I watched it. So yes, when you're going, man, there's a lot of stuff that's overpriced in that store. I don't say
no.
They imported it.
I think once you do the math, it works out to be a percentage higher.
Like, I'm sure I could import this for a bit less if I wanted to go for the effort, but of course they're going to make money,
you don't.
Right?
It's just
like, if they don't charge a bit more, what's the point?
No, absolutely, and it's also the convenience of it being right there.
But yeah,
your money is burning a hole in your pocket. And you're like, I need to put this fire out.
Yeah, sure. But that were my 4 purchases. But yeah, I was just trying to show they're my recent Blu-ray purchases. Anyone? I don't. Apparently, this is a segment I don't do, but I've decided to take over
new segment, the physical media segment.
But yeah, I really like that story. I thought it was cool. The dude there's just sitting there. Every now and then I'd hear him just fucking start vaping out of nowhere. I was like, sure.
It must be a different
yeah. And then there was like either they were friends or a couple, I don't know, but this guy and girl, and like they just kept like they'd be like, oh my god, I've got to complete this for my so and so collection, or can you believe? They were like comparing, and I overheard at one point, she's like, "Don't you already own that?" He's like, "I own 3 copies of it, but this one has a new special edition I don't have." I'm like, man, you know what? These are my people. Like, this is my shit. I buy 4 versions of the same film to get different special features. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So, shout out to that store. Play DVD.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of good stuff there, especially if you like Asian cinema. I feel like they've got a lot of like
Shit ton of Asian
international,
cinemas.
a lot of international stuff.
All the
A lot of Criterion stuff.
lot of Criterion stuff. A lot of really hardcore, weird, hard to find horror releases that I've never seen releases. Obviously, it does nothing for you, but that's another thing.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of really cool martial arts film section and stuff like that as well. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff. I got to see the Mandalorian and all that sort of stuff, the physical editions of that in real life, because they had those in there that you can only get that haven't been released in Australia, like all the Star Wars Disney stuff.
Wasn't tempted. Yeah,
As
I checked the website. I'm like, oh, they've got the Andor. They got the Andor.
I saw
one
Andor, Mandalorian.
Why did you pick up the Andor?
Tempted. But
think of all the special things in that.
It was
Steelbook.
Andor or this, and I'm just saying, 3 from Hell. Like, that's my favorite horror franchise. I got to complete.
I mean, 3 from Hell, you'll get it anywhere. Do you know?
Oh, fuck off.
All right. For the rest of today's show, we'll be talking about what's in our watch history, going over
that's
film
the show.
news.
What are you talking about? This is a podcast now. Let's talk about physical media.
All right. What's the most important thing in a physical media release?
Putting it out and people buying it. What else? Like actually on the disc?
What do you think the bare minimum special features?
Commentary.
That's a bare minimum?
Yes. And you're saying it like, yeah, of course. You will be shocked this day and age, Ash, how often I pick up a DVD or a Blu-ray and the special features are trailer. Cool, go fuck myself then, shall I? Like, what the fuck am I buying this for? Jesus Christ. Commentary, bare minimum. That's where the bar should be. But it's not. It's trailer. And then like poster, and it's literally like a shitty fucking gallery that you can open. Fuck off. Bastards.
Anything else you want to talk about? About physical media?
Are
those all region free?
No, they're all region B.
So they'll play in your whatever.
Yeah. Any region A stuff, I was like, nah, I'm not going down that weird road.
It's complicated, yeah.
That's complicated roads, but yeah, no. Support physical media. Movies are dying. JB Hi-Fi's going to shit. Stanley's dead. Long live Viva la movies. Yeah, okay. do show whatever.
So when we continue the show, we'll be talking about what's in our watch street, going against the film news, giving some thumbs to trailers, and giving you this week's top 3. Kicking things off, The Bad Batch Season 3 came to its conclusion this past week. Of course, we've been talking about it sporadically over on Holocron entries with our show, The Very Bad Batch, which is also now complete. Dylan, what did you think of the conclusion to The Bad Batch?
It was a decent little Star Wars animated show that doesn't really touch any of the other animated stuff in my book. Nowhere near as good as Clone Wars or Rebels, or even I'm forgetting the name. What's the other one called? The one that was only 2 seasons.
Resistance.
Even that. I think part of that maybe was because it was 2 seasons. Like maybe the fact that show is just 2 seasons is a lot tighter.
Or was it because it was set in a different time period than every single thing else?
That could help. The fact it was set during between Force Awakens and Last Jedi, that could be helping. Yeah, I mean, it definitely had ups and downs across the whole show, especially this season. When it was good, it was good. When it was bad, it was fucking boring. Not so much. Just characters were decent and everything, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. I guess you're making a show about where the clones are at the focal point compared to, I guess, Clone Wars, where it was they were there, they were always there, but the Jedi were, you had Ahsoka and Anakin and Obi-Wan and like all these other much more engaging characters to pair them up with. And Mega's a standout point. Maybe she goes on to something else, but it was watchable. It's perfectly watchable, but not super engaging.
Yeah, I think that's pretty pretty accurate. I think I think it says a lot that we didn't record podcasts when we could have for episodes, or there was no urgency with this series to put something out as quickly as possible. There were highs, there were lows. It definitely dragged a little bit towards the end, but I feel like it all came together reasonably well and provided a satisfying conclusion. For the most part, I guess, other than the ending kind of undoing everything we thought the series was kind of building in the lore of Star Wars.
Yeah, fucking weird, but I feel like
It was a weird choice,
they
but
were just making up as they went along, and trying to make the show mean like more.
it feels like they got
meaningful than
like to episode, got to the finale, and then Kathleen Kennedy came in and said, "Wait, what are you doing for Dave? No, we can't do that. You just undo it." That's what they did. So, The Bad Batch. Look forward to watching that. Of course, subscribe to Holocron Entries for all our Star Wars content, because we will be talking about the Acolyte, which will be coming in
today.
like a month or so.
Good shit.
Not far away. And this week they confirmed that Skeleton Crew is coming in December. So
lots of good shit coming, hopefully.
All right.
I think we call our Star Wars show Yoda's Little Bitch in this too. Hello and welcome to Yoda's Little Bitch 2 in this too. My name is Dylan Bryant. Join me, Ashley Hobley. I feel like it has a real.
It doesn't really roll off the tongue, and I feel like SEO, it's not very good.
No, and yet I'd laugh every time. So.
You can subtitle the series that colon Yoda's Little Bitch in this too. Dylan, while you're in Melbourne, you also took time away from buying physical media and went to see The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling
Reynolds.
and Emily Blunt. I was about to say Reynolds.
Yeah,
I caught myself.
Yeah, The Fall Guy is really good. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It's actually like a rom-com, really, at its heart, rather than an action comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know this was sort of in the trailer, but I feel like that was my takeaway. Not in a bad way, but I was like, wow, they've actually just made like a pretty good action rom-com sort of thing. Ryan Gosling's really, really good in that. He's doing he's the superstar when it comes to sort of playing this level of comedy, I feel. Emily Blunt's really, really likable. Loved her in this. She was great. And Taylor Johnson plays an absolute fucking schmuck, overpaid actor. That was fun. Action scenes are great. The inside jokes about the movie industry and like stunt people and stuff like that, all fantastic. I think it maybe went a bit too long. It could have been trimmed down.
That's the complaint I've seen consistently. So
yeah,
even though I didn't have an issue with it, so.
I don't think it's a major issue. But like, if I was, by the time the movie was wrapping up, I did feel a bit like, like I don't know, I feel like a little bit. Maybe that last half hour, I feel could have been tightened up a little bit. Not a lot, but enough to help with the pacing. I feel. Otherwise, I think it was a really, really good time. I'm highly disappointed to see it's not doing great at the box office.
It's a travesty.
It's disgusting. And this is why we only make Marvel movies, because you don't go watch anything other than Marvel movies, you fuckheads. Like, Jesus.
It's not true.
Christ.
They all went to see Dune.
Well, anything other than sequels, known properties.
Do you want to know what currently the top 10 highest grossing films of 2024 are?
Sure.
Number 10, Civil War.
Yeah.
Number 9. Oh, no. Civil War with $95 million.
Yeah, and that's a remake. Like, that's fucking dumb.
Number 9, Argyle with $96 million.
Okay.
Number 8, Madam Web, $100 million.
That's disgusting.
Number 7, Mean Girls, $104 million.
Sure.
Number 6, The Beekeeper, $152 million.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I haven't watched it, but
original movie, right? Action movie, Jason Statham. Number 5 is Bob Marley, One Love, $177 million.
Well, Bob Marley's just big,
Biopics,
movies Avo, but there you go.
Yeah. Number 4 is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, $195 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then we jump up to Kung Fu Panda 4, $520 million.
That shit's just come out.
Yep. Number 2 is Kong Godzilla, The New Empire, $546 million.
Yep.
And then Dune Part 2 is $708 million.
Yeah. I don't really have a problem with Dune, but I mean, it is a consistent thing that people complain about not original movies and then fail to actually go watch them. Oh, but I watched it when it came to Netflix. Yeah, cool story, dude. No one gives a fuck.
Also, should we point it out again? The Fall Guy is not technically an original movie because it's based
Yeah,
on
it's
TV
based on
series
TV
starring Lee
show,
Majors.
I guess, yeah.
But it's a property that nobody.
No one's
It's
ever
a
seen.
long dormant property and very different to anything we've seen in the last 20 years.
And from everything I looked up, it's nothing like the TV show.
No.
So might as well be original.
May as well. It was a lot of fun. I know. Yeah. It's been interesting to see the reaction to the because everyone who's seen it is like, well, most people have seen it, like, it's good. Why isn't it doing well at the box office? And then everybody's like, the trailers were shit, and nobody wants to see movies in the cinema anymore. So it's all very disheartening. I feel like this is a case where the marketing for this film was really good. Like, I don't think there was anybody going, I didn't hear about the Fall Guy. Where was the marketing? Because it felt like they were doing something all the time. And social media was full of videos, especially from like the premiere, where they were like doing live stunts, like people going through windows and
it's
blowing
really
through
good.
walls and jumping off balconies.
I love how much they've involved the stunt team with this, bringing them everywhere along his.
I mean,
especially
they
Ryan
straight call out
Gosling's
the
story.
Academy Awards for the
Yeah.
film. So
the art, the credit sequence where they're showing them all and everything, that was really cool. That the Ryan Gosling thing where he did the ride along thing but not singing the thing. Have you watched that? That was funny.
yeah, where he picks up
Car
all the other
thing,
stunt guys.
all the stunt guys, that was funny. And then even not stunt related, but the Saturday Night Live bit turning into him turning up on the red carpet and interrupting Emily
Beavis
Blunt.
Butthead.
Yes, Beavis and Butthead. That was very funny.
So yeah, if this movie can't make money, what can?
What can? If Ken can't, if this is this not Ken enough?
I feel like it's not Ken at 10, but it's like Ken at like a 6.
Yeah. If Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling can't get your money in a movie, what's wrong with you?
That's accurate. All right. Dylan, you finished watching Population 11, which is over on Stan. What did you think of that Australian series?
It was decent. It was a little bit fun. Nothing to write home about. It's definitely. I think it's weird because it's like it's a lot of weird episode number, but they're like half-hour episodes. I'm like, I don't know. That's a weird way to structure out the series. I don't know if it's getting put out differently in America or something like that, but that sort of weirded me out, the pacing of it a bit. It did feel like it went a bit too long at some point, and like there was some definitely jump the shark moments in the plot. But when it was funny, and yeah, no, it's basis on that real life small town and what happened there is an interesting way to take the direction. It's not actually like doing that story because this actually has an ending and explains what actually happened and all that sort of stuff. But it's enjoyable, but 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the Paramount Plus series Ghosts. Have you heard of Ghosts?
No, I haven't.
So this is the American version, because there is a British version, of course, which aired on the BBC. So in the American version, it stars Rose McIver and Utkarsh Ambudkar, who people probably know from like Pitch Perfect and stuff. They play a couple, Sam and Jay. Sam's great aunt dies and is left, so she's left like a really massive mansion in the upstate New York, I think, or in the countryside or whatever. So they go to visit, and they're like, "Oh, we could give up our lives in New York City, move out here, and start a bed and breakfast." But while they're there, Sam takes a fall down the stairs, and when she comes to, she can see ghosts, including the many ghosts who have been trapped on the property, who she now has to deal with, and are not super keen on them running a bed and breakfast.
So is it a remake or just like the idea of the show, but American?
I mean, it's like The Office.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I think like a lot of like there's a lot of one-to-ones and that kind of stuff, but obviously, certain things don't carry over to from the British version to the American version. There's there's a Native American ghost in the American version, which you couldn't have done in the British version. But there are a lot of other parallels, like there's a Civil War era, a Revolutionary era ghost, and that kind of thing. So there's these bunch of ghosts that they've got to deal with, and it's just kind of the misadventures of them trying to build up this bread and breakfast while kind of exploring the lore of ghosts and like what they can do and what they can't do. Yeah, it's a fun sitcom, really enjoyable family fare. Everybody in it is really well cast and like really enjoyable to watch. I was worried after the first season that maybe they would have run out of stories to tell because it felt like they kind of got each of the ghosts kind of got some sort of resolution. But the second season is quite good from what I've seen so far, and they're already up to season 3. So if you're looking for a fun sitcom to watch, to jump into, I recommend Ghosts.
Did you ever watch the show Being Human?
I did see a little bit of Being Human. Are you talking about the American version?
No, I've never watched the American version. Is that what you're talking about?
I think I've watched a bit of both because, like, the British version had the dude from The Hobbit, right?
Yes,
Aiden Turner.
Yes,
and another
Russell Tovey.
Yeah, and then the American version had Sam Witwer and Sam Worthington. No, not Sam Worthington. What's his name from Superman Returns?
Brandon Routh?
No. Who played Jimmy Olsen?
Oh, I don't know. Fuck knows. All I know is it has the first person you said in it. For some reason, my brain I think it's just because you're talking about BBC remakes and ghosts and whatever. But I was like,
because that also did have a ghost.
Yeah, it did. The girl was a ghost, yeah.
Sam Huntington. That's who I was looking for. Also starred in Jungle to Jungle.
There you
go. The children's movie.
Shout out to the British.
The British, they do deliver stuff, and we're in the peak TV. The US need to steal as much. I mean, it is only fair that other people start stealing stuff from the British. Am I right?
Damn right.
All right. Dylan, I'm not sure where all these were, so I'm just going to call this the stand-up comedy segment.
Sure.
Because you watched a bunch of stand-up specials.
Yep. Hit a bug.
So talk about Fern Brady, Autistic Bikini Queen.
Yeah, never heard of her. Press play. It was on Netflix. It's pretty funny. Talks about life, trying to be a feminist, failing at it. 7 out of 10.
All right. You watched Nick Kroll. Thank you, very cool.
This one's all right. I've never actually watched a Nick Kroll stand up before. I do want to check out another one. Obviously, we know him from
Big Mouth and
stuff. Yeah,
other stuff.
Never watched his stand up before. It was enjoyable. It's sort of broken up with him with skits that are like filmed between, and then him changing costumes and coming out on stage and doing different characters and stuff like that. A little bit hit and miss. 6 out of 10.
All right. You watched Melanie Bracewell, Forget Me Not.
Obviously love Mel from Cheap Seats. My must watch.
She's a big nerd, so I'm sure she's a big Explosion Network fan as well.
She probably is. It's true. So love Mel. She put out this on a YouTube, easy watch. So if you want to watch her stand up, it's just on a YouTube channel. So everyone can watch that for free. Pretty fun. Enjoyed it. I've never watched her like a full, obviously, stand up before. Talks about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. TV, how she got discovered from playing Jacinda Ardern on doing little impressions and stuff, and has a funny bit about how people would be like, "Hey, can we bring you up on radio and can you do the Jacinda Ardern accent?" And she's like, "Just my voice, just my accent." So it's funny. 7.5 out of 10. There you
go. Ooh, good rating. You watched Jack Whitehall, Settle Down.
Yeah, so Jack Whitehall, probably one of the bigger comedians at the moment. This was an O2 Arena filming, so obviously that's a larger stadium for a stand-up comedian and everything. This is him talking a lot. I'm gonna go 7 out of this one. He's quite funny. I've watched one of his things before and a lot of his clips and stuff. A lot of this is just him talking about now that he is dating Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. And he has a lot of jokes about it. How he's like he's finally met his partner because Leonardo DiCaprio got sick of her after she turned 25. So good bits there. It talks about how he's about to have a kid and all that sort of stuff. A little bit different than his other stuff I'm saying because it's more like family related stuff, but still quite funny. Yeah, so I'll go 7 out of 10.
All right. And then you watched 2 John Mulaney specials.
Yep.
You watched John Mulaney New in Town, which is the earlier one.
That was his earlier one. I went from one end. I watched this one after the one, but I was like, I enjoyed that John Mulaney special, so let me go watch another one. This was quite fun. A lot of his earlier stuff, sort of classic stuff that I think I've seen. I think I've seen a lot of this in TikTok clips and stuff, probably broken up randomly and shit like that. But yeah, quite funny. I got 8 out of 10 on this one.
All right. And then you watched his new special, Baby J.
Baby J. This was very funny. I think this is him post drug addiction, post drama, post everything that happened in his life over the last couple of years, post separation with what's her fucking name?
Olivia Munn.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff, and he just talks about all that, and it's quite funny. He talks about how like he came in for his ultimatum or whatever you call it, walk into the room and everyone's there to tell you you're a fucking drug addict. And he's like, it's a star-studded, all the best comedians are there. And he talks about how he also had drugs in his pocket. It was like, I just need to go to the toilet quickly, guys, and all this sort of stuff. But I think the funniest part to me is at the end of the stand-up, he grabs a interview that he did with GQ magazine when he was high as fuck on cocaine. It was over the phone. And it is insane. Like he just makes fun of himself for the full like hour and a half, whatever it is. He just like reads out this part where it's like GQ magazine are like, hey, so what you been up to? And obviously this is like, just a very like start question. He's like, I saw a haunted house today. It's the most random shit. And then they ask some other question. I can't even remember what it was. It's like GQ magazine asks like, hey, so what's your plans for the future? And then his response is, if you heard that banging noise in the background, I'm eating Fruit Loops.
Cokehead saying the darndest things.
It really is cokehead saying. Also, the fact he talks about when he was trying to come off drugs and he was like in hospital or whatever, like coming off cocaine, like his cocaine addiction. And he said that Pete Davidson changes his number all the time. So every time Pete texted him, it was like, hey man, it's Pete Davidson. He'll just save his name as a random name just for shits and giggles. So apparently he saved it. The most recent time is Al Pacino, and then the fucking nurse or Al Pacino was bringing him in the hospital and woke him up.
All right.
That's funny. 8.5 for that one. There.
All right.
There's Dylan's comedy special rating.
Comedy special roundup. All right, let's move into the mandatory Netflix segment of the show. And Dylan, you've watched the most talked about, most hyped up series of recent memory. Baby Reindeer.
Oh yeah, Baby Reindeer, right? Yeah, binged it. Hey,
yeah,
it's really good. I mean, watch the trailer. Did we watch that for this?
I don't think so.
I'll just watch it. Okay, I can't tell. Life's a blur.
Because as I told you when we met up in Melbourne, I for some reason thought this was a foreign language movie or series.
True. You did say that. I was like,
and I watched the trailer back, and I'm like, I don't know what happened.
It's the English accents. I think you're like,
yeah. I'm like, these don't match up. It's like dubbed.
Yeah. It's really good. It's definitely one of the best TV shows that's been released so far this year. But it's also like I watched the trailer. I was like, oh yeah, this is like a dark comedy, but it seemed like leaning more on the comedy sort of side of stuff, and it has funny parts in it. However, it's like it does such a good job.
It's more dark than comedic.
It's a lot like darker than that, but than comedic. I think the reason the show's so good is just because A, it's a true story. B, where it's the same dude reliving the shit that happened to him and the trauma that happened to him in his real life because he's playing himself, which is all sorts of crazy to think about when you think back on like him replaying all these like dark moments from his life. Crazy, but I think it does a really good job at like because I've watched Netflix like last week I watched that there was a Netflix documentary I watched I think about can't remember what the fuck it was called, but that was about like a crazy obsessed girlfriend or whatever, like all this sort of shit. Like you watch that sort of stuff and it doesn't like it's just like this person's insane, credits, like that's this at least tries to humanize like the woman, tries to explain what happened to him that would allow him to let someone like this get as close to him, and I think it really delves quite well into the psyche behind these types of people, and in a way that I've never seen done before. It was really, really good. I highly recommend watching it.
How are you feeling about the ethics of this series post-release?
It's his story, right? Like I don't. Or do you mean the people trying to hunt down the other people?
I mean, both.
I think they've done such a good job to hide it. The fact that internet sleuths will find anything, there's nothing you can do to stop that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's his story. I think. Like at the end of the day, he's the victim, right? So I think it's different depending on who it comes from. But this is a story where it's like the victim's choosing to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point of view, I don't think I really could have any problem. And the fact that he's done everything he could, and the showmakers done everything they could to cover up and not do anything to give away who these people are. I think that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The internet found them; they're always going to find them. That's a whole.
It seems like they were not trying that hard to not be found.
I mean, one of them, the woman, it's sort of her fault. She's out there fucking posting on social media and stuff. The other person they found, I don't know. That's one. It's her. I've seen people post the screenshots. That's definitely fucking her. I'm like, no way. Yeah. I mean, do I feel bad for her? Not really. She's the one fucking still out there tweeting insane shit or posting insane shit. It's his story. Like if he like he was telling this as a stand-up routine anyway.
Yeah.
And it was apparently going to go to Broadway or whatever. And then Netflix. So it was getting told one way or another. I got no problems with the ethics behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue. I think, as long as there's a lot of legal things as long as it's all true, or mostly like the worst of the stuff is not fabricated in any way, I think.
No, it's apparently
then, it's fair game.
They changed the name. They changed some slight stuff. They changed, like they didn't try to make her look exactly like her, or like what, like. But everything that happened. Like that's
So very fascinating. Baby Reindeer on Netflix. That's everything in our watch history. Let's move into a little bit of film news. There's a lot of interest around Paramount Pictures at the moment. If you didn't know, Paramount Pictures is in the midst of fielding offers from other companies as the legendary studio looks to shore up its future. Reading from Slash Film. Now, a new contender has emerged in the form of Sony Pictures as the drama continues to unfold. One of Paramount's most direct rivals in Hollywood has thrown its hat in the ring to buy the studio for $26 billion. If this is the option the powers that be decide to go with, it would represent a huge shakeup for the industry on several fronts. According to the Wall Street Journal, Sony and private equity firm Apollo Global Management have submitted a $26 billion all-cash offer to buy Paramount. Rather crucially, the deal would take the company private, whereas it currently exists as a publicly traded company. As a result, it would be a major change beyond combining two of the biggest studios in Hollywood under one roof. So there's much to consider. Of course, this is far from a done deal. Paramount has assembled a special board to evaluate various mergers and acquisition proposals that have come through. Late last year, it was reported that Warner Bros. Discovery was in talks to acquire Paramount. That potential deal, however, seems to have fallen through as other more viable suitors have emerged in recent months. Paramount's board is currently reviewing an offer from Skydance, the studio behind Mission Impossible franchise, that would see the companies merge. That proposed deal would keep the company public rather than taking it private. Dylan, what do you think is the future of Paramount? Obviously we hear reports of them losing a ton of money on Paramount Plus. Obviously they're spreading themselves kind of thin.
Make more Sonic.
Maybe.
Problem solved. Hire me. How much?
You say as someone who has still not watched the Knuckles TV series.
Yeah, but I know them. I don't need to watch it. Like everyone else is doing that for me. That's the point. Yeah. I did rewatch Sonic 1 a couple weeks ago though.
Yeah.
Pretty fun movie.
It's true.
It was on TV. I was like, you know,
I don't know if we ever talked about it anywhere on content, but how do you feel about Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow the Hedgehog?
is this confirmed? Or is this just
I feel like it is confirmed.
reported? Because I don't think I ever saw confirmation. I definitely saw the reports. Choose to ignore them a bit until confirmation.
I mean, I've got a Variety article that says John Wick leading man will voice Shadow. A source confirmed to Variety.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it. You don't reckon he's shadowy enough?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Shadow the Hedgehog. So,
well, he's like evil Sonic.
yeah, I guess I don't think we've seen Keanu in like an evil role though recently.
No. I'm trying to think where Keanu has played it. Dracula. No, I'm okay with it. I feel like his voice is Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, like
It's low enough.
it's low enough. I feel without it being like too close to Idris and Knuckles. You know, Knuckles still has to have the deal. Anyway, yeah, my the answer to Paramount is to make more Sonic stuff. I don't think anyone. I feel like surely they're fine for the time being. I know this comes up all the time, but like I don't I cannot believe or see a world in which they're that bad off. I just don't see it. I can't imagine it. Maybe I'm in denial.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to buy them.
I mean, the Skydance merger seems like the one that makes the most sense.
I guess. Still, it's
Yeah.
very weird to me to think of Paramount not its own
Entity.
That's very weird for my head.
Especially a studio that's like had a incredibly
Such a
long lineage
as them. Yeah, it's very weird. So,
I don't know. Is 26 billion like? How does that compare? You know,
that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to put into perspective.
Yeah, because the numbers are so big.
Yeah.
It's like
is that a lot? Is that not a lot? I don't know.
I haven't got an article, but a story that I've seen floating around Twitter this past week. Godzilla -1, released in Japan, is now the most pirated film of 2024.
Dumb.
Is it surprising? Obviously,
No.
Toho apparently are not happy about this development, but
someone offered me a pirated copy of that film recently.
Yeah,
I can say this because it's no one we know.
Okay.
So I'm not implicating anyone, but someone recently.
What did you say?
I said no. No, devil. I will wait for the proper release.
Yeah.
Tempting though, isn't it?
I'm sure it is tempting as someone who didn't get to see it in cinemas. Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a weird story, and it feels like the decision to not release globally at the same time is very dated.
Very weird.
Yeah, why wouldn't you you've made a ton of money already. You're not releasing it. I don't believe you're releasing in cinemas anymore, Territories. So why wouldn't you just,
That's the black and white one.
Premium video on demand everywhere? Because there's obviously an incredible demand to watch it because people were like clamoring as soon as it won the Oscar this year. So
yes,
it is very much a weird decision.
I'm weird they didn't. Yes, like you could have made more money. Like I just don't understand. And they've lost it now at this point. Like everyone's pirated it, so you've lost the money.
Not everybody.
Not everyone, but like you've obviously lost you've at least lost some degree of
a pretty big portion of money.
So I just don't understand like what. Oh, we'll space it out so we can focus on each territory differently and like promote it. No, dumb. What is this, the 1990s? Like what the fuck are you talking about? Just release it everywhere at the same time. Everyone can fucking buy it. Do you know how annoying it is the amount of times I see shit? When I was in Melbourne, I wanted to watch Late Night with the Devil. Didn't get a chance.
Yes.
Didn't happen. And then it's already out in Shudder in America.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't out digitally here. End of the month, apparently, digitally. But people would have pirated by now. The second it hit Shudder in America, someone's ripped that shit, right? People in Australia, I'm guaranteed you pirated and downloaded it already.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck wasn't it just released? Dumb. Australian film.
Yeah.
Australian film, people pirating. Dumb. Global releases. Digital age, there's no boundaries, there's no borders. Digital age is release everything same time.
Yeah. I mean, it's the question that I feel like needs to be answered more regularly. Like, why aren't things more
It's because they're
global
released
releases?
by different distributors and all these things. I know that. I know the actual answer. I don't give a fuck about someone
But
trying to explain.
you know, if it's getting released somewhere else, it's gonna be,
Yeah, you just know it's going to be pirated.
Yeah. So
it's
why
not-
would
it's
you
like-
not get it out as quickly as possible in line
Yeah.
with
So how
everybody
about you
else?
3 different distributors and all around the world, like
Just talk it out.
like put an email chain together and figure this shit out.
Just get a group chat and
get on WhatsApp. Jesus,
it's crazy. So yeah, that's the thing.
Done.
This was an interesting story this week. Do you remember there is a 4th live-action Hellboy movie coming in the near future?
No, is that a thing?
Hellboy, the 4th live-action
Didn't watch the last one.
movie featuring the Mark Mignola created superhero recently.
The AI, sorry. Right, go on.
Yes, recently the reboot has come under fire for reportedly using AI to design its creatures, a claim that the movie director Brian Teller has publicly debunked. The Motion Picture Association recently published a discussion with Jonathan Younger, president of Millennium Films, at the 74th Berlin International Film Festival, which quoted Younger as stating he had used AI to replace a character that was shot practically. He said, "I was able to make 3,000 creature designs an hour, so now I can start to cherry pick and edit those and then send it to visual effects."
Mm-hmm.
Unsurprisingly, Younger's comments were not received favorably by the Hellboy community, with many expressing disgust at the forthcoming reboot for replacing a practical character with AI. However, Taylor has now released a statement claiming that Younger was misquoted. In a post on the social media platform X, Taylor wrote, "To be clear, there is exactly 0 AI used on Hellboy the Crooked Man. Both characters, Hellboy and the Crooked Man, were created at 100% glorious practical, as the movie gods intended, with no CGI enhancement, and look amazing. Rest assured, there is 0 AI used on Hellboy, and our gloriously practical Hellboy looks phenomenal." Apparently, Younger was misquoted, and the comment was referring to a different film, The Offering.
How do you?
I don't know how you get those 2 films
Yeah,
mixed up.
that's what. How do you get? Do we believe this person?
I do. Just because, why would you? I think with a property like that, with a devoted fan base around a singular artist, if you're like, "Oh, I'm just going to use AI to make a bunch of different designs," I don't think that. I think that would rub the audience the wrong way, as indicated by. I mean, why would you with the discussion around AI at the moment? Why would you talk about using AI at all? Is a dumb, a dumb move.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think obviously everybody.
I didn't read that far. I just saw the headline. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Why? Because Hellboy. I mean, it would make sense in the regards to
world where, I was like, yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be easy to you put a bunch of Hellboy comics in a AI thing, and then spit out a bunch of different designs using the same style or whatever. But yeah, that was the story that blew up this week. So, Dylan, of course, every week and every 2 weeks in this case, there are a bunch of films, film news, announcements, casting news. That there's too much to cover individually, so I like to condense them all in a segment we like to call "Would You Want to Invest?" So I'm going to give Dylan a bunch of new projects, film, TV, with castings or new directors or stuff. And he would tell me, I'll tell him a bit about the film, and he'll tell me if he would fully invest, partially invest, or not invest, and then history will be the judge if he was right or wrong. You ready?
Strapped and righted.
A classic Warner Brothers IP is headed to Netflix with a reimagining from one of the studio's top TV producers. In a competitive situation with multiple bidders, the streamer has landed Scooby-Doo, the live-action series, with Greg Berlanti's Berlanti Productions and Warner Brothers Television, where the company is based, sources tell Deadline. Written by Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg, based on the characters created by Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo is a live-action update of the popular cartoon.
Partial invest. Scooby Doo's still good with the kids, I think. I think.
It is. I've seen a lot of hate for the the Velma TV series. I don't know how much of it is
It's
true.
got its second season though.
Yes, it got a second season, and people are even more angry about the second season.
Yeah, but like they wouldn't have got one if people didn't watch it.
I know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, partial.
All right. Nick Jonas and Paul Rudd are set to star in Power Ballad, a musical comedy from John Carney, who directed Once and Sing Street. They are currently filming in Dublin. Power Ballad was written by Carney and Peter McDonald. The official logline for the film reads, an uplifting, music-driven story about a wedding singer, a rock star, and the song that has become between them.
Yeah, fully invest. Wild cast, director, we like, but yeah, why not? Fully invest.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched a John Carney movie that I disliked. So
there you go.
Chris Evans, Anya Taylor-Joy, Salma Hayek-Pinault, and Brendan Fraser will star in Sacrifice, a film co-written and to be directed by Romain Jarvis, or Gavris. Like his last film, Athena, that premiered last Venice, and was released on Netflix, Sacrifice has a similar combustible and propulsive anarchy coursing through the film. This is close to satire, but the script by Gavris and Will Arbery was strong enough to compel the leads to commit over the span of 4 days since the script was sent to talent. More actors will be set shortly, and I expect that the project CAA Media Finance is selling the world with rocket science. Here's logline. A high-end charity gala is raided by a violent group of radicals on a mythical quest to fulfill a prophecy.
Nah, I'm sorry, nah. I got nothing. I got nothing much to go on there.
No invest.
Say no.
Hugh Jackman and Jodie Comer are heading to Sherwood Forest for one last hurrah. Wolverine star and the Wolverine star and the Killing Eve actress are attached to star in The Death of Robin Hood, a cheery-sounding new film from Michael Sanofsky, the director of the critically acclaimed Pig and this summer's A Quiet Place Day One. According to the official logline, the film will find Robin Hood grappling with his past after a life of crime and murder. Instead of the merry outlaw seen in certain previous versions of the story, like the one portrayed by Errol Flynn, this Robin Hood is a battle-worn loner who finds himself gravely injured in the hands of a mysterious woman who offers him a chance at salvation.
Yeah, full invest. Of course. Pig was great.
Never enough Robin Hood movies.
Incorrect. I'd fucking if you were saying it was anyone else, or not anyone else, but like generic director and take. But it's not. Pig was really good. And
Right.
Pig took a wild concept, really, and made it very down to earth. Like, anyway, you haven't watched Pig. You wouldn't know. You don't watch good movies.
It was John Wick with Pig, right?
Nope, incorrect.
Yeah. 10-time Grammy nominee Janelle Monáe has found her newest film role in Universal Pictures' coming-of-age musical from director Michael Gondry and producer for Pharrell Williams, the studio announced on Thursday. Details as to her role in the untitled feature project haven't been disclosed. Set in Virginia Beach in the summer of 1977, the film is inspired by the neighborhood where Williams grew up and its Atlantis apartments in particular. Kelvin Harris Jr. leads an ensemble that also includes The Holdovers Oscar winner Davine Joy Randolph, Haley Bailey, Oscar nominee Brian Tyree Henry, and Grammy winner Missy Elliott.
Yeah, full invest. Great cast. That's all I need for that, I think, to be honest.
Michael Gondry,
Michael Gondry.
Haven't seen him in a while.
And yet, when he shows up, it's usually good.
All right. New Line's horror thriller Weapons has rounded out its cast with the addition of Benedict Wong, Amy Madigan, Austin Abrams, and Carrie Christopher. As previously announced, Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, and Alden Ehrenreich will lead the cast. The pick's plot and roles are under wraps. Written and directed by Zach Krieger, it marks his follow-up to Barbarian, the horror film marking his solo debut outing, which opened number 1 at the box office in 2022 and sits at a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Barbarian was fantastic, so full invest.
Okay.
Wouldn't know. You know what's good movies.
After having a busy month at the box office with Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla Kong, A New Empire, and Abigail both opening, Dan Stevens is continuing to stay busy as he is set to join Lily James in the upcoming film inspired by the story of Bumble founder Whitney Wolfe Herd from 20th Century Studios and Ithia Entertainment. Whilst it's not clear who Stevens will be playing, we're told he's set for the part of Herd's business partner. The untitled feature goes into production this year. Famously launching the online dating platform Bumble after co-founding and departing Tinder, Herd became one of the youngest self-made billionaires at age 31 when Bumble went public in 2021. While she stepped down as CEO last year, the app continues to be hugely popular among the single crowd.
I mean, I love Dan Stevens, so I know about anything else you just said. What's
it's about Bumble. Have you heard of Bumble?
What's Bumble?
It's a dating app.
Okay, sure. So he's playing the creator?
Social network.
Sure.
It's the dating app where the women make the first move.
Is it?
Yeah.
And Grindr's where the men make the first move.
Actually, that's wrong. It was the app where the women make the first move. Now, I think in the last week they made some changes around the app. Try and get.
Try to make it like a normal dating app.
Try to get more users, I guess.
Okay. But yeah, sure. Partial invest.
All right. A24 has come on board as domestic distributor of John Patton Ford's Huntington, with the revenge thriller also adding Ed Harris and Margaret Qualley to a cast that also already features Glenn Powell. The film follows Beckett Redfellow, the heir to a multi-billion-dollar fortune who will stop at nothing to get what he deserves or what he thinks he deserves.
Yeah, full invest for that name, I reckon.
What a name.
What a name.
Paramount Pictures' highly anticipated adaptation of the bestseller Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is gaining some serious momentum as Oscar winner Sean Hayder has been tapped to direct the adaptation, which is based on the New York Times bestselling novel of the same name by Gabriel Zevin. The novel is a modern love story about two friends who meet as children and reunite as adults to create video games, finding an intimacy in digital storytelling that eludes them in their real lives. The relationship explores intimacy, passion, and heartbreak of the creative collaboration set against the visually groundbreaking worlds brought to life by the rising video game industry of the 1990s to 2000s. I'm
going to partial invest. Like, it sounds intriguing and everything like that, but my faith in these things being done in a way that I don't find corny is low.
As someone who read the book last year,
yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I just don't know how it translates to
that's always
a film.
That's always the
if it was me, I would tackle it in like a miniseries format. But
it's always the problem.
It's always an issue. Yeah. Roku is bringing some laughter to the 1950s drama series Tightrope. The streamer has greenlit a comedy reimagining of the series starring Ty Burrell and executive produced by Bryan Cranston. According to Roku, the new series reshapes the drama of the vintage 1950 series into a slapstick comedy where Burrell plays a lone wolf detective following cases city to city while he searches for his long-lost love who got away.
No invest. No money for you, film.
Wow.
Sounds boring.
Wow. Why do you
hate
hate
everything you just said? I'll take that money away. I'd give them money and just take it back. Just so they know.
All right. It looks like the recent team-up of Saturday Night Live went very well as Keke Palmer and four-time Grammy winner SZA set to star in an untitled buddy comedy from TriStar Pictures with producer Issa Rae producing. Rap Shit director Lawrence Lamont is set to direct with a screenplay written by Rap Shit teammate Sarita Singleton, who served as the series showrunner. Plot details being kept under wraps, but Ray and Sarah Dia Restugi will produce through Ray's banner Hooray.
don't know what the fuck you just said. Like, I think I know. I thought sometimes I'm like, you're way older than me. I know people. I know names. I know artists. I know hip hop
Mhm.
groups. And then you're like, oh, little Jeezy Weezy is gonna team up with Rat Shit doing a
No, rap shit is a TV series.
Is it?
Yes.
What's it about?
Two estranged high school friends from outside Miami reunite to form an all-female rap group, hoping to make it in the music industry.
Sure, maybe I'll
Sorry,
like that.
2 seasons.
I have no idea what you just said. I was so caught on the fact I thought you said Ratchet. I'm sitting there going, man, I cannot believe Ratchet. That's wild. Like, why would anyone have that as their name? But that makes more sense. But anyway, yeah, I think you just skipped that one.
No, we're keeping that one.
I couldn't get past Ratchet. So
No. All right. Keep it in, but you won't give an answer. No decision has been made official, but sources tell Deadline that New Line is favourite to land the package that is based on the biography The Chris Farley Show, with Paul Walter Hauser attached to play the legendary comedian. The pitch is based on the book by Farley's brother, Tom Farley Jr. and Tanner Colby, and will be adapted by Scott Neusatler and Michael H. Weber, with Josh Gad directing. Lorne Michaels, who found and cast Farley in the Saturday Night Live in the 90s, is producing through his Broadway video. Insiders say the family has given their blessing to the project. The studio has no comment. The film would tell the story of one of the greatest comic actors of his generation, getting a start in the second heyday of Saturday Night Live, where Farley would join an ensemble of all-time SNL greats, including Adam Sandler, David Spade, Phil Hartman, and Rob Schneider. From the start, Farley stood out with his great, amazing physical comedy, delivering iconic sketches like his Van Down by the River performances as motivational speaker Matt Foley, or trying out as a Chippendales dancer with Patrick Swayze that lives in SNL lore.
yeah, full invest. Sounds great.
Good fit.
Good fit.
All right, last one. Kristen Stewart and Oscar Isaac are teaming up to star in the next wild-sounding project from Panos Cosmatos.
Sexy vampires.
Best known for his soaking Nicolas Cage in blood and vodka for his what? Best known for soaking Nicolas Cage in blood and vodka for his trippy action horror Mandy.
Yeah, you read out the sentence and then went, "Hold on, is that real English?"
No, I'm doing the inflections wrong.
Yeah.
Flesh of the Gods is launching in Cannes with WME Independent, CAA Media Finance, and XYZ Films. Flesh of the Gods is set in the glittering 1980s LA, where married couple Raul and Alex each evening descend from their luxury skyscraper condo and head into the city's electric nighttime realm. When they cross paths with the mysterious and enigmatic figure known as the Nameless and her hard partying cabal, the pair are seduced into a glamorous, surrealistic world of hedonism, thrills, and violence.
Can't wait. Full invest. Sounds great. Sign me up. 10 out of 10.
That makes sense.
What do you mean that makes sense?
You really like Mandy.
It's true, yeah.
And you're into hedonistic stuff.
It's my mum's name, actually. It's very weird. My mum's name's
All right.
Mandy. I was like, hey mum, check out the trailer for this movie called Mandy. She's like, oh man, they made a movie about me. And then the trailer finished. She was like, what the fuck is that?
Fucking murdered me halfway through the trailer.
I was like, this is for you, mother.
All right. Speaking of the trailers, let's give some thumbs to some trailers. Of course, you can find all the trailers for this week in the show notes below. First up, we've got Atlas, directed by Brad Payton, starring Jennifer Lopez, Simu Liu, Sterling K. Brown, and Mark Strong. Atlas Shepard, a brilliant but misanthropic data analyst with a deep distrust of artificial intelligence, joins a mission to capture a renegade robot with whom she shares a mysterious past. When plans go awry, her only hope of saving the future of humanity from AI is to trust it. Dylan, what did you think of this action movie?
Double thumbs down. That was terrible. This looks super bad. Trailer was very funny though.
What was the line that broke you?
For some reason, watching it back out of context, right? It's just watching it. But it's just the part and the delivery at the start where she goes, if you really want to capture Harlem, you need me on that mission. And then that, and the other part in the trailer later where she goes, I don't trust AI. And then 4 seconds later, she goes, okay, I trust AI.
Those are really innocuous lines. So I don't...
yeah, I don't know. It's just the delivery of them for some reason. But no, it looks terrible.
I'm going to give it 1 up, 1 down. It looks like not good stuff, but it's the kind of not good stuff I'd be happily
You
devouring
love
on
shitty
Netflix.
movies.
Jennifer Lopez should have won an Academy Award, so, we have to watch
she was
all
good
this
in
stuff
that
now.
movie, so.
This is our punishment for them not giving her an award. I'm here for robot bonding. I'm here for Simu Liu as a bad guy. I'm here to watch a mech blow shit up.
Sure.
So yeah. 1 up, 1 down. This is coming to Netflix on the 24th of May. Next trailer is for Eric. Created by Abby Morgan, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Ivan Morris Howe, Gabby Hoffman, and Anderson McKinley Belcher III. Vincent is a puppeteer in 1980s New York whose 9-year-old son Edgar has gone missing. Vincent's increasingly volatile behavior alienates him from his friends and family. After issues with substance abuse, Vincent becomes convinced that he can reunite with Edgar with the help of his 7-foot-tall puppet, Eric. Tell him what you think of the trailer for the TV series, Eric.
1 up, 1 down. Interesting. Just looks... I don't... Is it bad if I say it just looks sort of weirdly plain for a Benedict Cumberbatch to sign on?
No.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll go 1 up, 1 down.
I'll go 1 up, 1 down as well. I mean, it's an interesting concept. It's like, in my mind, it's like, oh, what if Jim Henson's kid got kidnapped?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
how would he like? How would that
like maybe
affect his work?
like by the end of the trailer where they're like teasing more of the
Sinister
Eric
stuff
stuff, and I don't know, maybe more interesting. Actually, watch the
yeah,
show.
I'm hopeful that the series is a bit more engaging than this trailer, but and I want to see the full Eric. To be fair, yeah, glimpses. Let me see the whole thing. Let me see Puppet Eric. All right, Eric is coming to Netflix on the 30th of May. Next trailer is for The Exorcism, directed by Joshua John Miller, starring Russell Crowe, Ryan Sipkins, Sam Worthington, Chloe Bailey, Adam Goldberg, Adrian Pastar, and David Hyde Pierce. Troubled actor Anthony Miller begins to unravel while shooting a supernatural horror film. His estranged daughter wonders if he's slipping back into his past addictions, or if there's something more sinister at play. Dylan, what do you think of this exorcism movie where Russell Crowe doesn't have a Italian accent?
I'm going to be honest. So when I saw this pop up the other day, I just went, "Fuck!" So that last exorcism movie he did was terrible, and he was playing the priest in that.
Did you watch it?
No, but everyone panned
Then
it.
why do you think it's terrible?
No, I rephrase it. That last exorcism movie he did, everyone said was terrible. Why has he ended up doing another one? Right? It's wild that this got apparently I did a quick Google just then. Apparently it was filmed before that, but shelved or some shit, which is just even weirder. But this actually looks good. I'm going to double thumbs up on this. I like this idea of it looks like it's playing on the traits of all those the horror movies where stuff goes wrong and the exorcisms and stuff like that. Like people killed on set and accidents and all that sort of shit. So, yeah. I'll go double thumbs up. It actually looks cool. And Kevin Williamson's involved. I don't think he's actually the co-writer, but co-writer, executive producer or something. Obviously, it's someone who rebends genres and stuff. So, sure.
Yeah, I'll give it 2 thumbs up as well. I think it definitely was a trailer that made me go, oh, this could be an interesting thing. This is an interesting era for Russell Crowe of him kind of playing a lot of like bad guys, Obviously, he had that Stalker one that he did a couple years ago, and this seems like in a similar vein, or stretching similar muscles of like being a villainous character, So, yeah, and I mean, the set that they have on stage is ridiculous, and I don't think would ever be actually made of like this dollhouse structure. But other than that, cool. Let's see Russell Crowe murder a bunch of people.
Why not?
All right. This one is coming to cinemas on the 6th of June. Next trailer is for The Big Cigar.
Huge.
Directed by Jim Hetch, starring Andre Holland, Tiffany Boone, Alessandro Nivola, Mark Menchaca, and PJ Byrne. A Black Panther leader teams up with a Hollywood producer to elude a nationwide manhunt and escape to Cuba while being pursued by the FBI. Dylan, what do you think of this remake of Argo?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Hey, I'll go one up, one down. Can it live up to the potential of what they set out to do and tell here? How much of it is actually the reality? How much of it is the expanding for the film? I don't know. I got a lot of questions, but I'm intrigued. Mini series, not a movie. That's also like 6 episodes. Fucking hell. But yeah, I'll go one up, one down.
Yeah, I'll go one up, one down as well. Andre Holland looks really good in this. Haven't seen him in anything for a while. They are definitely leaning heavily into like the Winning Time aesthetic, the Winning Time Lakers TV series. They've got very similar visuals and text and that kind of stuff, and just like the look of it looks very similar. So I guess it's got that going for it. Yeah, interesting concept, but obviously, definitely reminds you of Argo with them using a film project to smuggle somebody in or out of places. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. I'll see what the action is to the series. So this one is coming to Apple TV Plus on the. That doesn't look like it's right. Hang on.
This month, apparently.
Jeez. This one is coming to Apple TV Plus on the 17th of May.
Isn't that weird how they release trailers and the show comes out like a week
It
later?
might have come out like a bit over a week ago.
What the fuck?
Last trailer for this week, Blink Twice. Directed by Zoe Kravitz, starring Naomi Aki, Channing Tatum, Christian Slater, Simon Rex, Adria Arjuna, Haley Joel Osment, Kyle MacLachlan, Gina Davis, and Aaliyah Shawkat. When tech billionaire Slater King meets Frida, he invites her to join him and his friends for a dream vacation on his private island. However, as strange things start to happen, she'll have to uncover the truth if she wants to make it out alive. Dylan, what did you think of the trailer for Blink Twice, and would you have been more excited if it was still called Pussy Island?
Is that what the original title was?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. That's a way better title. Oh, that's this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double thumbs up. Looks really good. Zoe Kravitz's feature debut.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm missing something. Gave away a bit too much in the trailer, but I'll still go double thumbs up.
I'll go double thumbs up. I think it gave enough away. I feel like maybe
I don't feel like
there's
away
potential for misdirect.
I feel like I feel just a tiny bit less. I don't think they completely overdid it. I feel like there's still a lot more to go, but obviously I'm like just a little bit less. I would like to.
You would have liked them to not reveal that the mansion gets caught on fire.
Yeah, maybe that.
That or like, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like audiences want to know what a movie actually is before they go see a movie. They don't want to be surprised, which I feel like is what people have been saying about Fall Guy. So, anyway, I guess we'll wait and see how this one turns out. But yeah, it looks really good. Great cast. It definitely looks like it'll be very tense. But a lot of fun. And Channing Tatum doing something very different to anything I've seen him in as well. It's a Bad Boys era for everybody. Blink Twice is coming to cinemas on the 22nd of August.
Dumb name, isn't it?
What?
Why didn't they just call it "Are you having fun yet" or something like? That was when it comes up in the trailer and says that. I was like, that's a better title than Blink Twice.
I don't know. Maybe it's already been used.
Guess. Why didn't they call it Pussy Island?
Censorship.
Fuckers. China.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah, definitely China and not the American conservative right.
Fuckers.
All right, let's move into this week's top 3.
Definitely in the top 3.
This week's top 3. Top 3 movie monkeys. Dylan, what's number 3?
I just went for straight up characters. I assume that's what it was.
Yeah.
Number 3, King Louis, Jungle Book. Any version of Jungle Book. King Louis is good.
Cool.
Sings a great song. Bounces around. Real wild character. Not someone I'll drink with, but he's a monkey I could probably like. I could probably put up with him for like a half hour, I reckon. And then I'd be like, I've had enough of you for now. You know?
Right.
Just be like, settle the fuck down.
My number 3 is Rafiki from Lion King. I guess any Lion King. He's a lot of fun, you know? He is kind of a troll, you know? He wants to fuck around with Simba, mess with him, mess with his mind. But, you know, he also delivers the important information. He also gets in on the action. I can't remember. Like, he beats a bunch of lines up.
He hits someone over the head with the
stick,
thing.
right? Yeah. Artiste. You know? He's got a lot going for him.
Yeah.
Dylan, what's your number 2?
Big Bad King Kong.
My number 2 is Big Bad King Kong, and I feel like we're both going to have the same one as well.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Caesar.
Caesar.
Right.
So yeah, King Kong. He's the biggest monkey that you got. You know.
He's the biggest monkey you got. Yeah.
You know. I think they've actually done a good job with Kong in these latest MonsterVerse movies.
Which, if you had to pick a King Kong movie that you think the best King Kong, which one?
It might be New Empire.
That's wild. I'm gonna Peter Jackson King Kong.
I think the Kong in New Empire is the most interesting.
Okay. How do you feel about Peter Jackson's King Kong?
It's been a while.
I think it's underrated.
It could be. I feel like, you know, it might have been.
People make the same.
I don't think it hit the right time.
Too long. It's Pete Jackson. He just come off Lord of the Rings, right? Fucking chill out. B, dinosaurs. He gives a fuck.
That's true.
Right?
My one distinct memory of King Kong is we're in the tiny cinema, like very local. There is a row of like 6-year-old kids watching this movie in front of me.
Yeah.
And then King Kong rips that dinosaur's head apart.
Did they cry?
Including doing the puppet it for a little bit, you know. Yeah. For laughs and giggles. They're laughing, you know. So what does that tell you about the next generation of people?
They're fucked.
Fucked up.
Yep, they're fucked up kids, right? Yeah. This is a problem with society these days. Because back in my day, if I watched something like that, I would have said, "Excuse me, cinema attendant, my mum didn't okay this. All right, can you turn this shit off?
Yeah, can you please take me?
Can you please take me to go watch fucking Little Red Riding Hood across the road? All right, Shrek the Third's on, cunts."
All right. So Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar. Oh yeah, he's a good cunt. No, he's every now and then, sometimes I drop the C-bomb and I'm like, fuck, I just turned off. Someone somewhere went, that's it. This was a good podcast until.
Yep.
You've done it now. He's a capital C though. A capital C for Caesar. The good monkey, smart monkey, best perform monkey, Andy Serkis, shout outs. Good trilogy.
Andy Serkis should have been nominated.
He 100% should have got nominated. Not for the first one.
Second one,
I think
at least.
Second one at least, yes. Now, someone at work recently asked me, they're like, "Are you excited for a new one?" I said, "Hell yeah, I'm excited for a new one." They were talking about the movie, and I said this. I said I saw someone recently point out that this franchise is basically like Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. And they were like, "Fuck, that's insane!"
Mm-hmm.
It actually is, and it really is. Once I saw someone tweet that, I was like, "Is why?" Because the second one, unequivocally, everyone agrees is the best. No one says the first one's bad, but they're like, the first one's just like the start, and the second one, and then the third one, people have mixed opinions on. They're like, it's not bad, but like, you know.
Yeah.
I like the third one, much like I like Dark Knight Rises. So,
yeah.
But anyway, Caesar.
Fantastic performance. What a good monkey.
What a good monkey.
Dylan, this week, what do you want to watch?
Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's a given.
Fucking,
I don't think there's much else.
No, I don't
this
believe
week,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
What about on TV? What are you excited for?
New episode of Game Changer tomorrow.
Yep. That's exciting. We'll say, oh no, that's coming to streaming. We'll say what I'm excited for on the 11th of May. First episode of the new season of Doctor Who. Drop it on Disney Plus. We're in that Doctor Who Plus era. And you can go
That's
listen
this
to what we're going to
week?
think. That's this week because the universe hates and wants to give us more things we need to talk about.
That's this week. I'm not prepared for this. That's fucked.
Yeah, if you want to hear us talk about Doctor Who, head over to our Doctor Who podcast.
I mean, I'm excited, but that's fucked. I did not
Fish
know
fingers
that.
and custard.
Fucking hell.
I mean that doesn't bode well, but also it's very easily accessible. You know,
That's insane. It's enough time in the day.
I know. According to Flix, it's going to be a double episode.
Yeah, according to I just
drop.
looked at my tracked thing down the bottom where it says upcoming schedule, and you're not fucking wrong, eh? Saturday, May 11th, Space Babies and the Devil's Cord.
Finally, we could see some space babies in Doctor Who.
Finally.
I'm keen for that.
They call it inclusion.
Let us know what you want to watch this week by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump to Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars. Any Quinn, leave 5 stars. Or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support. Especially if you want Dylan to continue to buy physical media. He has opened the box to his Saw collector's edition.
Not
and
worth
is now
any money
dropped in
now,
value.
is it?
Just worthless now.
Worthless. Out of
4K.
the box.
What are the special features on that?
A fuck ton, I think, actually. Well, I can't fucking read them now because it's ripped off the back of the thing. Hold on, it's over here. Disc 1. Audio commentary. Director James Wan. Bride director Lee Winnell. Actor Carrie Ools. Audio commentary producers. Separate audio track with Mark Berg, Greg Hoffman, Oren Strolls. Game Changer, The Legacy of Saw. And Disc 2 has Saw, the original short film. Hacking Away at Saw. Alternative storyboard sequence. And trailer. So that's a decent little mix. Now, the other thing I opened while you were yapping away at some point there was Suzume, just to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Look at how this opens. I thought it was a side. It's a sidewayser.
It's like a door.
It's a door. How do you look at that? Isn't that fucking? That's fucking
pretty cool.
level. Now this thing.
Now you can put that on your shelf, and then you can put something inside that box instead.
Cool little. I assume it's the actress, right?
Yeah, I'd assume so. The Japanese actress.
Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Moving on. Door.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Also, it has a door to the fucking the scan thing on the back here for some reason. Look, it's in the back of the slipcase. They're like, you know what? We're coming wild. Doors wherever we can make one.
I mean, I call it a window.
All right, a window's a door to your heart. You know what I mean? Like, what's the?
A window's a door if you try hard enough.
Yeah, window's a door if you're small enough. What?